A week ago I left Melbourne in my van. This is my van. And I've tried to document it as honestly as possible, just because everything looks so easy and perfect online. So I wanted to show what it's been like for me as a female solo traveller, leaving home, leaving my friends and my family, and heading up the East Coast. If you're thinking of doing the same thing, hopefully it answers some questions, or even if you just want to travel around the East Coast, some of the beautiful places I visited so far. Cut to Raya 1 week ago. I've just arrived in my first campsite for my 6-month plus van living, I don't want to say van life. It was a 3-hour drive out of Melbourne, longer in this 1994 Ford Transit, that hopefully will make it to Cann. So far, as of day one, it feels really right. And I feel so lucky. Let's go. I think tonight I will do noodles. Just made it in time. It's so beautiful. Yay. Good morning. I slept alright. The fridge was very loud. Normally I don't notice it, but I went for a camping trip with my mum last weekend and she complained about it so much. And then when I got into bed last night, I couldn't unhear it. Okay, let's go and see what the ocean looks like today. Should have meditated here. Maybe I will. Might meditate again. The great thing about talking to a camera is that people think that I have someone here. I know I'm not always going to be able to work out outside of the van, so I'm going to take this opportunity to do one with some jumping and stuff. Oof. I made sure that I could do yoga inside the van if I needed. As a solo female traveller, I didn't want to be doing cat-cow in the middle of a campsite. That was some of the saltiest water I've ever gotten into. I got in the water in my workout gear. I'm not sure how I'm going to go about drying that, but figure it out. Learn as we go. Huh? What do you say? There's a spider that lives right there. And every now and then a mosquito come near his web and he climbs all the way down the windscreen and I'm just driving like this. This is the shower I came down here for. Oh, that's not so bad. Hot and hot. Hello. Oh, that was a lot of driving in one day. But I made it and this place is beautiful. There's a few people here, not too many, and everyone's really quiet. Van life doesn't seem to suit my skin. That's cool. Apparently there's a rainforest walk from this caravan park, which can be my lunch break tomorrow, because I'm going to do a full 8 hours work tomorrow. There's a lot of uphill driving to this place through the mountains, and had one guy beep at me because I didn't pull over, but I was like, bro, there's an overtaking lane coming up. You have no idea, once I stop, how long it takes for me to get this fast again. I ain't doing it for you. Take a look at how my yoga mat fits. Alright, this is my first attempt of working out in the van. I'm going to try and figure this out. This is so funny. Oh yeah. And then I also have this. Okay, thanks for tuning in. This has been van life workout with Raj. This is my workstation. Feeling pretty chuffed with myself. Pretty comfy. Yeah. Perfect eggs yet again. And someone just walked past and waved and said hello to me. So, it's my social interactions done for the day. It's a really nice little bushwalk. I wasn't expecting to get in the water, but it was just so hot in the sun and the water is so clear and beautiful. Yeah, it's a good little lunch break. I was looking out my window at everyone sitting in the sun with their partners and their kids. I was just in my van working. Started to feel a little depressed. But this was nice. Get back into nature. Bushwalk right there from your lunch break. That's pretty good. I knew I heard you. Oh, so special. Hello. Good morning. I'm in New South Wales. It's been the most beautiful drive, just winding through these mountains. Not a single car behind me, so I could take it nice and easy. I'm just trying to remind myself like why I'm doing this and to keep looking at what's near me instead of looking at how long I have until I get to the next spot and actually take in what's around me, these places that I've never seen before. Just had the most hectic drive into this campsite. This poor van. But can you hear the ocean? Coming in, I heard these birds that I associate with Queensland, like that sound like little bells dropping, and I almost teared up. I've parked in a beautiful spot where I can see the ocean from my bed, and there are lots of wallabies around. But I'm a bit concerned because I'm in a heavy, low van. It was dodgy getting down here, and then I just checked the weather and it's meant to be raining all night and all tomorrow. And I'm just like trying to imagine myself trying to get out of here tomorrow morning when it's raining, and the road that I kind of slid down is a little waterfall. I just wish I wasn't by myself trying to make these decisions. Oh, it was a huge day. As beautiful as that campsite was, and it was probably the most beautiful campsite I've ever seen, I could not stay there. I'd just be stressed the whole time about getting out the next morning, which is a bummer because I paid for it, and a bummer because it was just so nice. It's hard when the only judgment you have is yourself. You can't ask someone else. But this place has hot showers. I just had a hot shower, cried a little bit. Don't feel nearly as adventurous as I'd like, but I'm trying to find the balance between adventure and safety. I saw the most beautiful bush while I was driving though, like all the burnt trees being reclaimed by the greenery. That was the smallest size they had. So, I'm at Batemans Bay, looking at the bay. The sunrise over the ocean woke me up, which is a pretty nice way to wake up. Unfortunately, on the way back from the shower, some creepy guy wolf whistled me, which made me feel like, oh, he could have been watching me work out and being creepy. It just sucks. But then I managed to fill up my water tank, which was something I was really stressed about doing by myself because it's a hectic system. I got a hose that comes in, I got the air breather hose, so I'm like watching that one to see when the water starts coming out, and then I've got to quickly disconnect it and throw the hose away while it's still running and turn this off, and it starts to leak, so you got to put a cup under it, and that might start leaking, so you might have to put a kink in that. It's like, I don't have enough hands. But I managed to do it with very little spillage. I just went for a walk to find coffee and stepped into like the most Melbourne coffee shop, and they had like cold drip and stuff. I don't know enough about coffee, but it made me very happy. They even had a gluten-free vegan cake, which I purchased. I've just arrived at Pretty Beach. It's very pretty. It's exactly what I was hoping for. I've got reception. I've got a little spot for a fireplace. I might have a fire tonight. There's cute kangaroos everywhere. I can see the ocean. There are people around. There are toilets. It's good. I feel safe. bought these fancy olives. They really just elevate the salad. I'm so sore. My back and my neck. I even have a dodgy knee. This dude has got the spot. I'm on my bushwalk. This morning I swam in the ocean after my workout and it was so beautiful. The light coming into the water was crystal clear. As soon as I got close to the water I was bracing myself for like the cold shock and it just didn't come. It was just so nice. It's just not cold. Yeah, so I'm on my hike now and I've just realised that I forgot to put deodorant on, which is pretty bad news. Guacamole for one is pretty sad. Huevos. Ocean. The showgrounds I was going to camp out are closed because there's a concert on tomorrow and they're currently rehearsing so loudly. And this same song has been played so many times that I now know it by heart. Oh, it's really weird. Like, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, fuck yeah, swim in the ocean, go for a bushwalk, this is the best. And then nighttime comes and it's like, what am I doing here? So, I called Mum and I cried a little bit. And she sent me some money and I went into town and got curry and gin and tonic. Because it's Friday night and I was feeling sad. Good morning. So I took yesterday off. I stayed in the same town all day, took myself out to breakfast, took my sheets to the laundromat, replied to some emails, swept out the van, got into the ocean a couple of times. I just tried to recharge a bit. It's officially been a week that I've been in the van by myself. It's a lot to adapt to, so it's just trying to be kind to myself. I also ripped a tick out of my neck yesterday and I really hope I got the whole thing. It was behind, so I didn't know what I was scratching. Oh, it's still sore. And then I looked at my finger and there's a fucking tick on it. So hopefully I got the whole thing out. It's not still poisoning me. So let's go and see some waterfalls. This is my indoor meditation location. Right next to the humming fridge. So I've just gone and seen the first waterfall. It's beautiful. It's such a beautiful area. It's pretty hectic getting up here. My poor van, like going up this mountain, all these cars banked up behind me and nowhere to pull off, going 25. 25. in an 80 zone. And every time I come around a corner, just hoping that it's like eases off, but it's just all uphill. But we made it. So yeah, 1 waterfall down, 2 more to go. Look like Rudolph. So I went 20 minutes down this crazy, windy, muddy road, and then right before the car park for the waterfall, the road was flooded completely. And I had to do a 1,000,000-point turn to turn around on this road that like was right on the edge of a river. And so I was reversing, just hoping I wasn't about to reverse off the edge of a cliff into a river. Anyway, I'm gonna try and make it to the last waterfall. It's getting pretty late. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going.
Begging on the feeding line, we're lifting out above this headspace.
That was a crazy day. On my way back from the waterfall, I tried to overtake someone and then this hill came out of nowhere. And so then I was like in the wrong lane and being really slow, but I couldn't get back into the left lane because there was someone there. And when the guy behind me finally got to overtake me, he gave me a really rude gesture, just like a gross one to do to a woman. And he looked right at me when he did it. And that made me cry. I feel like most things make me cry right now. Anyway, this is the end of the vlog. I considered not telling that little story and trying to end on a high note of the waterfall, but that would be not giving the full truth, and I wanted to give the full truth of a week in van life, and as you can see, it's up and down for me personally. As is anything daunting and outside of your comfort zone, it's always going to be up and down. Great rewards and a lot of fear. I'll probably keep recording my trip, but I won't talk to the camera. I'll just kind of show the places. But you need to know that even if it looks amazing, even if it's like, wow, these places, remember what happens in between. And that's like anything on social media, anything that looks perfect on YouTube or Instagram, all the behind the scenes things are tough. There's always shit going wrong. But I will tell you a happy story before I go, which was when I got to the waterfall, there were a whole bunch of Chinese women all taking photos of each other, and I pulled out this camera and immediately this woman was like, "You're a professional, can you take a photo of me?" And so I did, and she was like, "The waterfall is so small." And I was like, "Yeah, it's far away." She's like, "Oh," and so I tried to take some more, and she's like, "So small." I was like, "Yeah, it's really far away." And then she's like, "I'll take one of you." And I was like, "Okay, I wonder what she's going to do about this small waterfall." And here are the images.